Dave Palumbo with RxMuscle.com. In the Iron Asylum with August Lisec. We are here 1 week out from the 2015 NPC Jr USA Championships, where August is looking to get that pro card in the men's physique division. You've been on a tear, August, lately. You've been winning shows left and right, overalls. You just won the Orlando Europa amateur show. Talk to me a little bit. I want to know what drew you to men's physique.
I'd have to say it started with my parents, actually. Both of them did bodybuilding as I was growing up, and they kind of saw the division and thought I'd be a good fit for it. I always, enjoyed working out. I played sports my entire life, and it was a way for me to compete once I finished high school lacrosse. So kind of got turned onto it that way. I also had a friend that did it. I went and saw his show, and I, immediately kind of fell in love, I guess.
Love at first sight, as we say. Talk to me a little bit about the differences between, preparing for, say, a men's physique show versus a bodybuilding show. Like, do you do things that are different, or do you pretty much follow like a bodybuilding regimen?
I'd say that I followed the same regimen. I don't really go as heavy, I guess, as a lot of the bodybuilders would. I tend to do a lot more circuit training and drop sets and supersets, but I think diet-wise and everything else is kind of on par with bodybuilding, I'd say.
Right. Now, I mean, you need muscle, obviously, in men's physique. Now the guys seem to be getting bigger and bigger, and that seems to be the more acceptable look. Do you like the direction it's going in, or would you like to see a smaller, more streamlined look for the men's physique guys?
I actually love the direction it's going. I feel that they're allowing us to be a little harder, bigger, kind of almost an old-school bodybuilding look, which I think is a lot more attractive venue especially for myself. I don't like to hold back. I want to, see how far I can take my body. And if eventually that leads me to bodybuilding, and it does, but for now I think I'm fitting the category as it is, and it seems to be progressing in a way that I'd want to see it.
Mm. It's interesting, but, the men's physique look is a more athletic look, and I'm assuming that's why you incorporate more circuit training and athletic stuff. Do you do any, like, track running or bleachers or anything, like, unusual that would be, like, outside the realm of bodybuilding?
I still play a lot of lacrosse. I'll go out and I'll do that as my cardio sometimes. All of my cardio is in high-intensity interval training. Mm-hmm. I try to keep it fun and, always keep my body guessing whether to just be sprints in the morning or out on the lacrosse field. I don't like to stick to one certain venue and just say, hey, I'm just going to do the treadmill today, or I'm going to do Stairmaster today. I like it, switch it up and keep it fun for myself.
Right. Do you ever say to yourself, hey, I'm afraid I'm losing muscle? The old bodybuilding mentality was if you do anything outside of bodybuilding, you think you're losing muscle, and it's a head game. But at the same time, with men's physique, you got to have like a balance. How do you kind of balance your training with the mentality of, hey, I want to be as muscular as possible?
I think for me that all, I've managed to put on the muscle that I thought I needed to with my style of training. From last year, I was able to put on a good solid 10 pounds of stage weight, which I think I needed, and that all came from my diet and training. And I think that sticking to my high-intensity interval training allows me to grow and not burn muscle in a way that I was beforehand, just doing the steady-state cardio. That's worked for myself, at least.
Right. What kind of a diet are you following leading up to the Junior USA?
Actually, pretty interesting this time. A lot of people go with the whole depletion process for the first couple of days. I didn't have to do that at all this time. I just kept my carbohydrates, moderately low, not too low, but just kind of the same that it's been for the past 2-3 weeks, and I'll begin the carb up process tomorrow. But I didn't want to make any changes because I felt that I looked really good this past week, and I just, the risk of depleting myself too far just didn't outweigh the possible, advantages.
Sure. Now, when you get up, you go to a show like the Orlando Europa and some of the other shows that you've won the overall at, when you go backstage, you see there's a million guys in this show. It's not like the old bodybuilding days where there's 10 guys in your class. You might have 20, 30 people in your class. Is it intimidating, number one? And number two, how do you stay focused just on yourself and say, hey, I know I'm good and I could possibly win this thing?
I think that makes it a lot more challenging and fun that there is so many people and there's so many different physiques trying to compete, and I personally love being on stage. So the more people, the better, because it's just if you can win with a big class like that, you really have proven yourself. And that after doing that a couple of times, I felt that I was ready for the national stage, especially with the bigger shows.
Yeah, I mean, winning a few overalls is definitely going to be some motivation for certain that you're on the right track. Talk to me about presentation, because obviously in the men's physique division, you're not hitting bodybuilding poses on stage, so presentation becomes really important because you have to try to impress the judges without doing anything essentially. So how do you prepare, to get on stage, and do you have anyone who helps you?
Yeah, I have a coach, Dominic Jacobone, that I'll send all my posing pictures to, and he kind of critiques them for me. But it's kind of the whole deal that you got to present yourself in a attractive manner. You get your hair, you kind of do your hair up the way you want to do it, and you pick board shorts that are going to match what you're trying to do. And then I always try to, when I pose, I want to make my waist seem as small as possible, because I think that's what the judges are really looking for. So I kind of just try to exaggerate that as far as my posing goes.
Well, everyone has their own style too, so I'm sure you add your own personality into that, and that's what really makes it unique. And I think that's why everyone looks a little different up there. You can do the same routine as everyone else, so to speak, but your personality will dictate, what the judges, I guess, perceive of it.
Yeah, everyone has their own transitions and different poses, and a lot of guys like to get up there and almost kind of dance. But I just think that a fluent, straight up posing, to where the judges can really see and judge your body, is a lot more impressive than doing a whole bunch of movement that kind of almost distracts from your physique. Mm-hmm. So I like to keep it a little simpler while I'm on stage.
I agree. I think some of these guys fidget a little too much up there. It looks a little unnerving almost.
Yeah.
Well, you look great. You got a great record going into this Junior USA. They're giving out a lot of pro cards. I got to think that you have a great chance of coming home as an IFBB pro. Best of luck to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.